Hi everyone! In Psychonus, we learn psychology from the ground up so that we can use this science in our daily lives. This teaching content is based on my own experiences and books such as Hilgard. Stay with us and don't forget to subscribe for more. Why should we learn basic psychology? Because it helps us better understand the people around us. And we can even figure out why we ourselves think or behave in certain ways. For example, imagine you suddenly hear a loud sound, like a boom. Some of you might jump up in fear, while others remain sitting calmly. This difference in behavior and thinking is what leads to different reactions. And your way of thinking is also shaped by other internal and external events. The person who jumps in response to the loud sound may think that something has exploded nearby, while the calm person may be in a safe place where no expectation of something frightening is triggered. At first, some people like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle asked some questions about life and human nature. These questions laid the foundation for psychology. Some people like René Descartes believe that humans are born with knowledge and experience already within them, while others like John Locke believe that humans gain knowledge and experience only from their environment and are born without them. For example, nativists believe that language ability exists in humans from birth as an innate skill, while empiricists believe that humans are born without such knowledge and acquire it through interaction and experience. Psychology officially began as a science in 1879 when Wilhelm Wundt established a psychology laboratory. His goal was to study psychology in a laboratory just like other sciences, through introspection, which meant recording perceptions and thoughts by the individual themselves. There were also some theories such as structuralism and functionalism. Structuralism, which was introduced by Edward Titchener, aimed to understand the structure of the mind and the events that occur within it. Functionalism, which was proposed by William James, focused on how the mind works, what its function is, and how living beings are able to display different kinds of behaviors. The next theory was behaviorism, which was introduced by John B. Watson. He believed that for psychology to become a true science, it needed to study things that are observable and measurable, such as behavior, rather than vague concepts like consciousness that were discussed in earlier theories. In behaviorism, we will study conditioning. After behaviorism, Gestalt psychology was introduced by Wertheimer, Kafka, and Kohler. This approach proposed that the overall perception of several simultaneous events is different from each of those events taken individually. In other words, the perception of the whole is formed by several experienced patterns, and it is different from the sum of its parts. For example, if you see two circles and a rectangle together, your perception of the shape might be a car rather than a rectangle or circle separately. The next approach was psychoanalysis developed by Sigmund Freud. In this theory, he emphasized basic drives such as aggression and sexual desire. A key point in this approach is the presence of conflicts in the unconscious and their effects. These conflicts area during psychosexual developmental stage and can lead to psychological problems. These early approaches in psychology evolved into 5 major perspectives in contemporary psychology, which include the behavioral, psychoanalytic, biological, cognitive, and phenomenological approaches. The biological approach focuses on the physiology of the brain and how neurons and neurotransmitters function to produce feelings and experiences. But the behavioral approach pays attention to the factors that cause a specific behavior to be repeated, such as pairing a reward with a behavior. The cognitive approach focuses on how people think and process information in the mind. In other words, it studies and aims to understand and improve mental processes. The psychoanalytic approach, which has roots in both biological and cognitive perspectives, views certain instincts as essential for life and death. It suggests that conflicts between internal needs and external control create psychological tensions that lie at the root of mental problems. Individuals may use defense mechanisms to cope with these conflicts in order to maintain balance between different levels of personality. Finally, the phenomenological approach, similar to humanistic psychology, focuses on how individuals perceive social issues and social needs, such as self-actualization, helping people realize their abilities and achieve success. This lesson has come to an end. I hope it has been helpful for you. Please follow us for more educational content.